What's up? Not to be confused with What's up? For those who remember annoying beer commercials in the late 90s, early 2000s. Right, what are we talking about? Oh, yes, pens, good. So today I've got a Hongdian 5010 or 5010 or 5010, depending on how you say things. So it's a nice silvery chrome pen, metal pen. On your cap band here you have Hongdian with a symbol in the middle there, and 5010. Clip has a little lip there and is it's stiff AF. Yeah, is the technical term. Very stiff, but usable. It's good grip on you if you've got that lip there. I slip it in my shirt pocket. It's fine. Nice conical, round. I'm going to get a dictionary at some stage. Finials, typical cigar-shaped pen. Nice reflective thing there. Hello. Yeah, so you got a kind of half matte finish with your kind of chrome reflective swirls. If you're one that doesn't really like the shiny chrome finish for the fingerprinty stuff, this might not be for you. Snap cap, chrome metal section, so again you can see a bit fingerprinty, but does polish up okay. But if that's going to bug you, that's going to bug you. You got a number 5 sized steel fine nib in this instance, and plastic feed, and a hair. Sorry about that. Cartridge converter pen. Cartridge included. Got that kind of Lamy-esque style converter piston knobby, which seems to be pretty standard with most Chinese offerings. So you got metal onto metal here for screws. Screws in okay. However, I feel like it's lacking an O-ring or something there, because you tighten that up, you can get the odd little cross thread sometimes. You tighten that up, it's not the most secure thing in the world. It's okay, but I'll come back to that. But I feel that's lacking an O-ring there for security. Section just tapers down slightly, and then you've got a little indented ring there, and then a little flare out pronounced ring there. For measurements of the pen, so capped 139, uncapped 115, and posted 148. It is a smaller pen for me, certainly. Come back to that with some comparisons. These are approximate, by the way, and your weights here. It's inked, so give or take a gram or so, but capped 41, uncapped 26, and the cap on its own is 15. So it's got a bit of weight to it. All metal. So in the body of the pen, uncapped, you've got 26. It's a good weight. Does post. It's got like a kind of, feels like a cushion in there. I'll have a look in a minute. So it does post on there securely. Bringing that up to decent size. There's a bit of weight in that cap though, so it's not heavily back weighted, but it does add a bit of weight into here. I actually quite like it like that. Cap on so barrel starts up at 12 and then just slightly tapering down here until you get to the dome finial, but about 11 down here. And the section, again, slight taper down from 10 to 9. What I did mean to point out was there is a step down off that barrel onto the section. I'm not going to say sharp, but it's pronounced. Solid. That could be a little bit more curved. So it's almost like a kind of tiny square drop. Not sharp, but you're certainly aware of that. If you want to hold that anywhere around that join, be aware of that. I'll mention that again in a sec. Shall we look at a comparison with some other pens? So for a size comparison, got the Hongdian 5010 next to the Lamy Safari as usual. A Jinhao X850 and a Jinhao X350, so closer in size to that one, but still a little bit shorter. You've got Parker 51, you've got a Moonman / Marjon M400, Sailor, Progo Regular, and a Twisby Eco. So yeah, on the smaller side for length and girth, I would say. I say smaller for my general preference, but you know what I mean, innit? Let's see how it writes. Let's see if I can vaguely, smoothly zoom this in and focus it. Make a nice change, wouldn't it? So, what have we got today? We got the Hongdian 5010. This is a fine steel nib, number 5 size nib. Ink in here is Diamine. Imperial Purple. As always, I find it difficult to write and talk. This is an extremely smooth nib. It's lovely, and it's right out of the box. I haven't done anything to it. It's a good flow, really smooth, absolutely lovely nib. Try it fast. Keeps up absolutely fine. So wetness, decently wet, not bad for a Chinese fine nib without meaning to be general. But yeah, there's a really nice flow in that. Not a gusher, but it's nice and wet for a fine. Line variation, it's pretty stiff. You're not going to get a lot out of this. Maybe a teensy bit. I did little measurements, so with no pressure, I'm getting 0.4 millimeter line thickness. So not the finest fine, but it's quite nice. I quite like it. And I did manage to, with some careful pressure, but quite a lot of careful pressure, get that up to 0.7, so you could get it up to maybe a fattish medium with careful yet substantial pressure. Reverse. Scratchy. Don't want to do it. No, don't want to do it. Scratchy. It's like, I'm back at school and there's a chalkboard and big man with a rubber. No, listen, sorry. Go somewhere else entirely. But yeah, it's a really nice, smooth nib. And needs, no pressure to write with that at all. Lovely, well-tuned nib out the box, that. Very nice. Okay, so what do I think about the focus of my camera? It's rubbish. What do I think about the Hongdian 5010? It is a solid pen. I quite like a silver chrome finish. it frees my OCD tendencies with ink. So I could, anything black or silver pen wise, I can, in my mind, I can put whatever ink I like in it without having to be conscious of does it match and this, that, and the other. I know I can put any ink in any pen, but you know, that's the way my brain works. So I like the finish. The shiny chrome, doesn't bother me. I like it. I don't mind wiping fingerprints off. Doesn't bug me really, but that's a personal thing. The nib's great. Right out of the box, the nib's great. I've done nothing to that. I have 2 other Hongdians, and those nibs both wrote brilliantly out of the box. So in my limited experience of 3 Hongdian pens, they've got 100% record for nibs out of the box for me. It's a little bit on the smaller side for my personal preference. I can write with it unposted, but I do actually prefer this one posted. Just puts a little bit of extra weight on there, and just that extra little bit of thickness where it rests on my hand is nice. Cartridge converter included, which is nice. So what do I not like? I'll tell you what, I don't like this step down. It's on the verge of sharp. So I kind of want to post this and grip it back up here because it's a smaller number 5 size nib. I mean, it works great, but just I like a little bit more distance between where my grip is and the page. So I kind of want to grip it back up here, but I don't because my resting finger feels that, and even my top fingers feel that, and it's not brilliantly comfortable. So I have to grip it closer to the page than I'd like, which is a shame because the nib's great. So I find myself not particularly reaching for it for that reason. When I'm writing with it, I enjoy it. I mean, it's just a bit small for me to write with unposted. Otherwise, yeah. Anyway, so yeah, there's that. This comes loose, if I'm honest. The barrel. So if you had a little O-ring in here, that would grip that up and seal it a little bit better. But I have been writing with this, and then at some point, that just, you know, it's not like it spins off or anything, but that does come loose because there's no O-ring or anything in there to just grip that metal on metal. So there, I think they're the only not likes. I mean, so price-wise, this was £4 and change, so call it a £5 from AliExpress. I've had a little poke around. They seem to be in that price region pretty much anywhere I've looked. I think it's £2 postage, call it £7 all in, postage included. That's not a bad package. If depending on where you grip, that step down might not bother you. If you're happy gripping down here, that's perfectly comfortable. If depending on where you like your distance to your paper with your nib and whatnot, that might not bug you, but just something to be aware of. If you kind of want to grip it back up here, you're going to feel that. That's a bit annoying. So if that was a smoothed out and you stuck an O-ring in there, this would be a banger. Yeah, good pen, good value, very smooth writer. Impressed with the Hongdian nibs, I must say. Hope you've found this interesting. And I'll see you next time, boys and girls. Take it easy. Bye-bye.